Vanessa, thank you so much. Well, last week, a 93-year-old woman named Ana de la Cruz wandered off from her home in Port St. Lucie. She suffered from Alzheimer's. A day and a half later, her body was found in a car less than a mile from her home. Now, according to the Alzheimer's Association, 60% of people dealing with the disease will wander off at least once. And here to talk more about Alzheimer's and caring for patients with the disease is Dr. Karen Gilbert with the Alzheimer's Community Care, and she's the Vice President of Education and Quality Assurance. Thank you so much for joining us. A very tragic story here, but we appreciate you coming here and just raising awareness. So tell us first about your organization.
We were founded 27 years ago by a group of concerned residents who understood that to keep the family safe and to keep the family together in the community, you had to address the needs of both the patient and the caregiver. We are a not-for-profit organization. We serve Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie counties with a number of services. We have nurses who will come out and evaluate both patient and caregiver. That is a service that is at no cost to the family and no cost to the healthcare system. It is a grant-funded service. We operate 12 specialized day centers throughout the 3 counties, and that is a tremendous help to caregivers who need respite from 24/7 caregiving. It is a very difficult job.
And that number is alarming. 60% of patients will wander off. And
absolutely.
Tell us more about why these patients frequently wander off.
There are certain triggers, one of which was noted in Ms. de la Cruz's case, which is that she had recently relocated here from another state.
Okay.
And that relocation confusion can actually trigger a wandering event. If that loved one is developing an illness or an infection or they're in pain, that can trigger a wandering event. With the disease, they are not able to make their needs known. They're not able to put that thought together and convey it to their caregiver, so they will act out with certain behaviors, one of which could be wandering. And one of the essential services we provide is a locator device program.
Let's talk more about that
for those at risk.
Because you did bring that here.
Yes, we
did.
And
tell us more about what we're looking at here on this table. Not sure if we can see it, but if you hold it up, what is this?
We have several different devices. This is a radio frequency device. This is worn 24/7 with a very secure clasp. Okay. And it has a unique frequency, so if the patient should wander, the caregiver knows immediately to call 911 and give that frequency and also safety net. This is a safety net device. That is a door chime.
Oh, okay.
So we provide that to the family as well.
Okay.
And one of the best aspects of this program is that this too is free to families.
Got it.
It is a grant-funded service.
And quickly, we'll go over this one. Is this?
This device is another type, which is actually GPS. Okay. So we're fortunate to have both. The GPS has some distinct advantages because it will notify the caregiver immediately on their smartphone when a patient has left what was designated as the safe perimeter, and it will show on a map, on that app, exactly where the patient is.
So you're also getting apps involved and phones, so.
Right.
Okay.
So not all caregivers are comfortable with that, and that's okay. That's why we will always have both. With radio frequency, our law enforcement officers need to use an antenna to locate this device.
And that's a good point. Law enforcement is also involved in this.
Absolutely.
Because we saw they're involved in Ms. de la Cruz's case as well. And there are a lot of devices here. We want to make sure people are able to learn more about that and your organization. So I do want to let people know that we have all of that listed on our website. There's a lot to talk about here.
Great.
We can direct people to our website now, WPBF.com. Just search Alzheimer's Community Care.